YouTube. I'm sorry about the late upload, but I had to do some things today, so we had to upload late. We got the 2025 June Flight 1v1 stats, record, and shot charts. It had to make it dramatic, it had to shocking. But we're just gonna get straight
What's good YouTube? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be analyzing June Flight's 1v1s. Of course, this is the 5th straight year that I've done this type of video, so I want to thank you guys for keeping this series alive. Just like the other videos, I'll be breaking down June Flight's game, his 1v1 record, his stats, and a shot chart with all his makes and misses. Then at the end of the video, I'll be comparing this June Flight to the past years to see how much he has improved. The stats in this video will shock you, so without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's talk about June Flight's overall game this year. Offensively, Flight improved tremendously at the rim. He decided to play more off 2 feet, which worked in his favor. He was way more controlled and even developed a nice step through. He got a lot of people in the air since they were all going for the block. Also, Flight had a nice setup with the hesitation that allowed him to explode and quickly gather himself at the rim. It did look like Flight gained some muscle since he was finally leaning into the contact. However, something that Flight needs to improve is his pace. At times, he plays way too fast, which results in easy missed layups. He needs to know when to slow down and stop making his shots harder than they need to be. The potential and improvement are there, but it's those plays that make the difference and decide a game. Also, Flight needs to stop being too predictable. There were many instances where the defense already knew what he was going to do before he even did it.
It ain't your June.
That's when the basketball IQ comes in. He needs to adjust just like the defense is doing and learn how to counter his shots. Now, when it came to his jump shot, Flight was very inconsistent. At times, he showed glimpses of a proper form, but then he would go on rough stretches. For example, when he played Kenny, Flight started the game 3-for-4 from downtown. His follow-through looked great and he had the right shooting motion. However, due to his poor stamina, he missed the next 4 consecutive threes. These shots were all rushed and some even way too far. Flight needs to stop relying so heavily on his 3. Later in the shot chart, you're gonna notice that a good majority of Flight's misses were deep 3s. That type of shot selection cost him a very winnable game against Kenny. At some point, Flight just needs to lay off the dud pack. You saw how much it affected Cash, so if Flight can just lock in for a month, he's going to have the energy to win games. That's also gonna prevent more air balls, as in this June, Flight averaged roughly an airball per game. It's the little things that...
Yo, what if like Flight's actually like faking the whole time and this whole time he's like not terrible? That would be cool.
Going to make the difference between winning and losing a tight game. Lastly, let's talk about Flight's defense. Just like his offense, there were signs of him actually using his size. However, he did have a hard time contesting jumpers. He plays way too far back, and by the time he puts his hands up, he's way too late.
Yeah, he plays his 2K play style
by way too easily. Guys like Julian Newman had a field day against Flight, and it all starts with his defensive stance. He's literally standing up on defense, and for the millionth time, stop doing this football move. It's never worked and it's only going to put you on the wrong side of the highlight. There's literally no way you can guard someone with your back turned. This was probably Flight's worst attribute this June, and it all ties to stamina. Once Flight can improve that, he's going to finish games stronger. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about June Flight's 1v1 record and stats from this year. In June of 2025, Flight played a total of 7 1v1 games, and I'm going to count all of them. This includes all 3 games that he played against Julian Newman. With that in mind, Flight didn't win a single game this June and had a record of 0-7. His losses came against Julian Newman 3 times, Jeffrey Bowie, Kenny Shaw, Adrian Harden, and Cash Nasty. His worst overall game was easily against Julian Newman in the first game they played. In that game, Flight got skunked 13-0 and shot 0-4.
I was about to say, because then he like almost beat him one game. I was about to say.
Now, despite Flight losing every game, he still had some decent shooting performances. His best game stat-wise was against Julian Newman in the 3rd game they played. Flight shot 53% from the field and had 9 points in a really close close battle. Now, if you want to see the rest of the stats from the other games, it is on the screen right now.
Alright, so game one. One bucket was cut out. Okay. So his best game, game 3, that's the game that I think I was talking about. Dang. 3 for 20 against the Adrian Harden. Holy. How do I tell them?
Pause the video if you want to see it. Anyways, to conclude this section of the video, Flight had a June record of 0-7, and when you combine this with his all-time record, Flight is now 24 and 128. Just to give you guys a quick...
He has 104 more losses than he has wins, guys. This is a generational bloodline debt that he will never, ever be able to pay off.
Down, Flight was 23 and 112 by the end of last June. He also lost to Jesser, Zach TTG, Dino B Balling, Ray Twice, Drift TJ, Silky, Jason DeWeen, and DDG this year. He only got 1 win since then, as he beat possibly the worst hooper I've ever seen in Shino. Those 9...
What was that?
As well as the 7 from this June make the 23 and 112
Oh, chat, I have an announcement to make. Let me clear the area. Boom. Look at that, baby. All right, let's do it. You ready? It's not even finished yet. I still got to get the GPU. And then I got to fix the motherboard thing. There's the CPU is not properly put in, so I got to fix the CPU. So I ordered some thermal paste though. I ordered some thermal paste because yeah, I gotta take the AIO cooler off, the big screen thing. I gotta take that off, which means when I take it off, I have to apply more of the thermal paste it comes with. So yeah, that's why there's a little red. It's the CPU boot. It's the CPU and the DRAM, but I know the DRAM is probably because of the CPU. I don't think I put the CPU in properly. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna redo it. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off, because there ain't no point of keeping it on. I just wanted to show y'all that before we continue the video.
To 24 and 100.
Can't wait. Because once that's done, we uploading a bunch of new type of videos. What was that, Flight?
Go up to 24 and 128. I don't even know what to say at this point. Now let's talk about June Flight's 1v1 stats from this year. In the 7 games that I researched, Flight attempted a total of 112 shots from the field and made 35 of them, which results in a 31 total field goal percentage. From 3, Flight attempted 40 shots and only made 8 of them, which results in a 20 3-point field goal percentage. Now let's take a look at June Flight's shot.
Flight, look at this chart and just look at how bad you're shooting threes. Don't ever judge a role player, because at this point, Flight, you're not even a high school JV starter. You're like on the bench, or you're like a water boy for JV, bro.
From 2025 compared to the previous
they won't even let you in on senior night.
Many shots attempted, but it's still worth breaking down. As you see, Flight was pretty efficient around this right block. This is where most of those 2-foot finishes came from. However, like I said earlier, Flight shot way too many deep threes. Yes, he made some, but the percentages showed that he wasn't consistent. And last but not least, Flight shot terribly in both corners. In fact, he went 0 of 11 in those 2 spots combined. If Flight can just develop some type of mid-range game, he's going to be more efficient.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, let's compare this June Flight to 2024 first. As you see, Flight's field goal percentage went up by 6% and his 3 went up by 8%. Obviously, there's still a lot more work to do, but it's still improvement. Now, in comparison to the other years, it stands out.
Look at these cards. You got 2020 card, 2021 card, 2022 card, 2023 2023 card, 2024 card, and 2025 card.
Efficient
Flight's
one.
like a YN
2023
now.
is close to the 3-point percentage, but
Flight is a
2025
YN
has the
hooper.
better total
A YN
fumble
hooper,
percentage.
chat.
Obviously, the sample size was smaller and with no wins to back it up, but that's what Flight was able to provide this June. Apparently, he
I
had
thought
a
you would've missed that.
quote-unquote
I ain't watched that
calf
video.
strain.
Hey guys, now this part right here is where I suffered a devastating injury, my first time having a grade 1 calf strain. Per doctors, they said I should lay off of it about 1 to 3 weeks, but hey, it's June!
So hopefully Flight can heal up, and that pretty much concludes this video. Now
Oh wait, it's actually legit? Oh, I'm so sorry, Flight. This whole time I thought you was just joking and lying.
2025 June Flight performed in comparison to previous years. His finishing definitely improved, but his shot and defense need to be better. Flight finished this June averaging 6 points per game while shooting 31% from the field and 20% from 3. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on June Flight this year? What overall will you give him? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you guys want me to run back the ones with Flight and also play cash. I know a lot of you have been asking for the ones, so let me know. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
As long as Flight's getting better, because I actually have noticed, like, gameplay wise, he has been definitely getting better. Flight looks better and he like makes more shots that he's supposed to. You know, like last year and like the years past, he would like miss open shots that he was supposed to make every single time. This time, he finally makes those shots. But let me know how y'all feel about Flight. Alright, honestly, Flight, you have a lot more potential. 2026 summer. Let's see how it goes. See y'all in the next video. That was corny. See y'all.